Yeah, relationship tips for a long, strong, strong and long connection. See, this is BobbieD. Now, when you talk about relationships, understand there's some general overriding principles that will usually enhance your relationship with your partner and that will ensure that your relationship has a longevity or a long lifespan. Now, the things that require you, that are required for this to happen, are not that very complex. It's very simple. But believe it or not, ladies and gentlemen, people struggle with simple things in life. I don't know why, but we do sometimes. Number one, if you want to have a long, strong, or strong and long connection that leads to affection in your relationship with your partner, with your mate, number one, what's up, Markel? Number one, listen. Listen. Listen, man. Listen to your lady and make sure your lady listens to you. No, I didn't get your message, Markel, but check what I get through. I'm out and about right now. I'm gonna check it out. Listen to your lady, man. Always listen. You know, you feel like it or not, she deserves the respect. You respect. And one of the ways you can respect her is listen. And then when you listen to your lady, she recognizes that you have made time for her, that you respect what you're trying to say to her. And you respect that she respects that you took the time, booked the time to listen to her. Always listen. And not just, sometimes many of us confuse listening with hearing. Hearing and listening are two different beasts. Hearing means you just hear a sound. Now, did you listen to the sound? You just heard something. You heard a sound, an audible event. That doesn't mean you listen. Listening means you listened and you listen with empathy. You listen to understand. You listen to comprehend. You listen with sympathy. You have a leaning ear towards understanding what's being said. That's what listening. Deep, meaningful listening is listening with meaning, understanding. Get from that in person and respectfully get the information that person's trying to give out. When you do that and you do it sincerely, your lady will appreciate you, and vice versa. You will appreciate your lady when she listens to you. People respect when they're being listened to, because we all have this desire to be what? Connected. Every human being on the face of this earth has a deep down embedded desire to have a connection with someone else on this planet. Now a lot of us are very, very independent, and we don't need a lot of friends. We don't need a lot of this. We don't need, we can do many things ourselves. But overall, we always come back to the basic human need of what? Connection that leads to what? Affection. Okay? I don't care how old you are. I don't care how young you are. When a child is born, what's the first thing they do when they come out of the womb? They cry because they what? They feel isolated. They feel alert. They come out of their environment and they want to reconnect to the environment, to the place they were in. So what do? They cry. And what does the mother do? She embraces the child. She holds the child and gives them a warmth reassurance that you're okay. And that connection is everlasting. Every man, every woman, every boy, every girl is always trying to seek that connection, that connection that makes them feel worthful or worth something, and it makes them feel comfortable enough. Always trying to make that connection, and it's a never-ending event. And so when you find people that don't want to be connected at all, they're psychopaths. They got issues, okay? So everybody wants to, everybody's got a right mind or right personality, wants to be connected. And the way to be connected is to have someone listen to you, and for you to listen to someone, and then you begin to not just hear, but understand when you're listening. Active listening means that you understand what they're saying, you're participating in the event that they're telling you, and you're actively listening. All distractions are gone. You're focusing, laser focused on getting what that person is telling you, or vice versa, what you're telling. That's what active listening is about. Not only should you listen to each other, if you want a strong connection and a long connection to lead to affection in your life, you need to spend time with one another. Quality time, man. Yeah, you need to spend time. I know a lot of guys have these long distance relationships, and they can't reach out and touch like they want to, because of the distance. But you still got to spend some type of time, whether it's the internet connection or whatever, phone call, video chat line. You have to consistently spend time with one another. The time you spend with one another causes your relationship to grow. The time you spend with one another causes each other to learn each other, to care for each other, to share with each other, because you're sharing experiences. You're sharing your life with another individual. And you're sharing your life with an individual that supposedly has a respect for you, has a connect for you, and they have an affection for you, okay? That's so very important if you want to grow in your relationship, if you want to be stronger in your connection, if you want to be stronger in your bond. You have to spend time. You say, well, I don't have to, I work all the time, I work all the time. Well, then guess what? If you work all the time, you need to make time, shake time, take time to work on your relationship. Yeah, your relationship. When you got a job, you got to make money, but you got to take time to make time for your relationship too, or it will not grow. It will die out, or it will be idle. And she will lose interest in you, you lose interest in her, and then you go on trying to find somebody else, and the same cycle will happen again because you didn't take the time, make the time, shake the time, break the time to spend time with that individual. It is important that you spend quality time with each other. If you want your relationship to grow, and that doesn't mean you got to spend a lot of money, Bobby. I don't have that much money, Bobby. I can't go. I can't take all that. Yeah, but you got money to spend on your car, right? Yeah. Now 24s you got money to spend on 24s, right? But you can't spend on a dime on your lady. What is wrong with you, mister? The same with you, lady. You go ahead and think you get a $500 hairdo, but you can't spend $50 for a meal for you and your man. What is wrong with you, sister? Get it together. You want a good relationship? Or you want to just a slam bam thank you? Make up your mind. You can't have it both ways. Okay, so it takes a time to spend together, quality time, not just hi, how you doing, going back. Nah, that's not going to work. That's not going to grow anything. Okay, it's going to make you grow apart rather than together. So not only should you listen, not only should you spend quality time, but then together, but you need to spend time for yourself. Yeah, you heard me, mister. You heard me, sister. You got to spend quality time for yourself. You know, you're not joined to the hip with that individual. You're not joined to the hip with that man. You're not joined to the hip with that lady. You got to spend time for yourself. Unless you try to think that, well, she do everything I need. I ain't got to do that. I do everything she say. You a robot. She gonna manipulate you if you like that. You have to have a sense of independence about you. You have to have a sense of me time about you. You have to make yourself find out what's going on for you inside of you and develop yourself as well. She's going to have the same thing for her. Each of you have to have separate quality time, alone time, grow time for you. You cannot be together 24/7 and not develop some of yourself for you, okay? Because you wind up being a gopher, doing everything she said, and then you wind up resenting her, or she'll wind up resenting you, because all you do is what she said. I'm tired of it. Every time I turn around, she want me to do what she said. I'm tired of it. Because you ain't got the sense enough to know you got to do stuff on your own sometimes. Me and Lisa D, we live together 24 hours a day, 7 days a week, most of the time, but she went out of town last week to visit her mother. But even though that, I'm here by myself today, and y'all, I got to spend time for me. I have to spend away time, alone time, my time, me time, grow time for me. And she does the same thing. That's what she did last week. She went with her mother. We had to work to do in the house up there, but she had time for her. And so it's important, ladies and gentlemen, that you also maintain a sense of independence, even though you have a relationship that's strong and you spend quality time with each other. You have to spend quality time for yourself, because it's in order to ensure your mental health, your mental stability. It is imperative that you spend quality time for yourself. Your mate or your relationship, your spouse, your girlfriend, they're not responsible for your mental health. That's your business. That's your job. You got to make sure your mind is right. She can't go inside your head and make sure your head right. You got to do that. In order to get your head right, get your time right, get yourself right, you have to spend time on your growth. You have to spend time on your development. You have to spend time on where you are right now, where you want to be in life, what you want to do to get there. It's up to you. If it is to be, it's up to me, okay? Nobody, and then the last thing, do not get this in your head, ladies and gentlemen, that me and her always together. Without her, I'm nothing, I can't do nothing without her. You a fool. Stop thinking like that. You can't do nothing with the lady, and she can't do nothing with you. You don't need each other. You just two pitiful individuals. You got to have a sense of independence. You got a sense, and don't think that, well, she completes me. No, never think somebody else completes you, because if something happened to that person and she completes you, then you's a half-bit piece of man. She's a half-bit piece of woman. You'll never be complete. Get that? Well, my lady completes me. No, that's the faulty logic. That's faulty thinking. That's stinking thinking. Get that out of your head. Although you love each other, you care for each other, you share for each other, you tear for each other, you definitely don't want to be getting in your mind that she completes you or you complete her. You are two separate individuals. You have two separate mentalities. You come together and love with each other, but if she's not there in your life, you have to go forward. And if you got in your mind that you can't do nothing with her, and she can't do nothing, you're setting yourself up for a huge letdown. So understand, ladies and gentlemen, it is very, very important. If you want a strong relationship, you want a long relationship, you want to grow, connection, and affection, these are some of the things you need to do. Not just once in a while, but on a consistent, day in, day out basis. These are the things that keep your relationship strong and keep your love strong, man. Develop a very, very strong bond, a very, very strong connection that will continue to grow your affection, okay? That's all I got for you, man. I wanted to bring that to you while I had it on my mind. And give it to you while I got the time. You know what I'm saying? I'm over here in the Yellow Mall doing my thing, man. Doing my thing. I got some things to do out here. These chilling, and I'm grilling. Okay? Let's go. What's up, Markel? He said, did you get my message? Yeah. I didn't get your message yet. I'm going to check it out. And see what you're talking about. So good to have the first man up in the house today. All right. That's all I had for you right now. Don't see nobody outside here. So I'm going to check out your message, Markel, and I'll get back with you. This is BobbieD saying take care.